Hey there, everyone. Thanks for watching. So I got another subscriber question, and this one was really, frankly, show me the money, right? Show me an example of a private money deal you have done. Don't give me theory. Don't give me this, that's, and the others, but really break down an actual deal. So what you are going to see in this quick presentation is all the numbers and the full story of the last private money deal I've done. Again, I leveraged something I called in 6 and 20 program. It's just something I created where I pay 6% interest monthly, interest only, and then 20% of the profit because I want my investors who are part of this to profit in our joint success. Again, it's not something you have to do. In fact, if your market's different or price points or whatever, make it your own. The beauty of doing private money is you can adjust it based on what you were doing. And when we first did private money, we were paying 10% interest only for 10 years before a balloon payment was due. But you asked for details, so we are going to pull up the last private money deal I have done. And to do that, why don't I just bring up the presentation? All right, so again, you asked for it, and I thought I would bring it up. We actually have 3 private money deals going on right now with friends and family. We have 8 or 9 projects, so all the other ones are funded with cash. But again, here is one with private money. So step 1, again, this is just what I do. Others do it differently, but this is what I do. So we find this house. We purchased in early December for $100,000. It's a part of town where we own a dozen or so rentals, so we know it well. This is a 3-bedroom, 1 1/4 bathroom house on a regular city lot. Lots going for it, and we were very happy with this acquisition. Just to note, we did find this deal on the multiple listing service. It's the deal we closed this year, or late last year, I guess, late in December, and it was listed for $120. We offered 90, I think. They counted at 100 and we accepted. I think that's how it went. In the end, though, a solid deal at 120, frankly, but we wanted to get it less because I'm cheap, and we did. We closed with cash. I always close with our cash. We are lucky enough to be in a position where we can do that. So you will see as we go through this, we have multiple closings. Some of you that maybe are not in that position, what you'll have to do is arrange your private money up front so that you close with their private money and you establish a note and all of that. But again, the subscriber asked, tell me about your deal. So this is what we will go through. So once we owned it, we wanted to create our plan. And the first plan was to figure out what we were going to do with the tenant because it was occupied. It is a Section 8 tenant, which given California law today, we have to give a 90-day notice. So we closed in early December, so they're not going to be out until early March. So, we are looking at a situation where we could have our $100,000 tied up for longer than we would like. So what we did is we decided to go out to our friends and family. Again, in this particular case, this is somebody I have known for 20 years. They have been private investors with me before, and they are always looking to get their cash working. So in this case, given the 90-day delay or 3 months before we can do any remodeling, we decided to replenish our 100K by establishing a new loan, and hence the 6 and 20 program. So we go in and do another escrow where we put in our lender, which again is our friend and family. There's a note that's signed, there's a deed, they're named on insurance, the full ball of wax. We do end up paying probably another $1,500 in expenses because we have 2 closings. We go through title and escrow twice. Do we have to do that? No. But we choose to do that because you just never know what's going to happen. If, for example, when we spoke with the tenant, they were willing to leave at the end of the month because they were going to move in with family or whatever, we would not have gotten a loan. We would not have gotten a loan. We just would have held it, fixed it, and sold it. But given the 90-day delay, we decided to go to our friends and family. So in this case, 6% of $100,000 is $500 a month. So we are paying our friend $500 a month. You know, we paid it in January and February. We'll pay it in March, probably pay it in April. I'm hoping it's sold by May, but we may pay May 1st as well. In addition to that, as you'll see in a minute, they will get some profit, but we'll talk about that next. It is noted that this property is rented today for $900. So given all expenses and everything, we make a little bit of money each month, but basically that's not why we bought it. We bought it because we wanted to fix it up and turn it from a $100,000 asset into a 180 or more asset, which you will see moving forward. So next steps, there are basically two more steps, step 2 and step 3. So step 2, we're going to pay $500 a month to our lender, our friend, for the, every first of the month gets $500. Once the property is vacated, I put down March 1st. I think it's like March 8th or March 9th or whatever it is. Just call it March 1st. Note that there is a chance the tenant doesn't leave. It does happen, right? We are doing right by the tenant, by the law, giving 90-day notice. If they do not vacate, we will have to go through evictions, which means another 2-month delay. Again, this is why we are keeping that's why we replenished our cash, because we want to have great flexibility and keep buying deals if it makes sense. So once vacated, we're going to be spending somewhere between $40,000 and $50,000. We are going to gut the kitchen, gut the bath, new floors, new paints, new windows, maybe a new roof, new fencing. And we are going to turn this thing from a well-used slumlord property into a gorgeous house that, frankly, any owner-occupant would like to live in. But we are going to turn it into a pride of ownership rental. We are going to take this place that's currently renting for $900, and we are going to get somewhere between $1,200 and $1,300 because it is so far on the market, and we're going to put in such nice things. It will be easily rented for $1,200. That completes step 2. Once it has a new tenant at that place, we will look to sell it. Don't know yet. I haven't really been inside yet, really run comps, but it will sell somewhere between $180 and $189. Somewhere in there. At that point, once sold, our private lender is paid back right in escrow. They are paid just like a lender, just like a regular mortgage, like Wells Fargo, Fannie loan, Freddie loan, whatever. In addition to that, however, they will get 20% of the profit. Again, it's hard to say what the profit will be, but let's just say it's somewhere between $25,000 and $30,000. So they will get somewhere between $5,000 and $6,000 in profit. So not only do they get the $500 a month every month, but they will see profit on the backside once we sell it. So why do we do this? I get this question a lot. Like, hey, Michael, you're some, why don't you just buy cash and do it all yourself? Why give up all that profit? Well, hopefully you see by now, we do that a lot, but we don't like to potentially have our cash just sitting there for 3 to 5 months. We would rather keep our cash moving, right? So again, this house, it already has a 90-day delay because we have to give 90 days to the tenant. But what happens if they don't move, right? I have to evict them. Now we're talking like May before they're out. So this is why we do it. We like to provide a great secured annual return to our friends and family, right? A lot of our friends still work. They're busting their butt, doing whatever they're doing, and they want to keep their cash moving. So we have a very secured position. Their money's really not all that at risk because we buy at a discount. All the repair money is our money, not theirs. And again, they're named on insurance. If the property burns down, they get paid back. So very, 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 very secure investment, the way we have it set it up on purpose. But, if you haven't run the numbers yet, like in this example, let's just say we put in 50 grand. Right? That's the repair number, 50 grand. And let's say for whatever reason, our profit is $25,000, right? So our friend let's just say they get, what would it be? I want to make easy math. Let's just say we walk away with 25 grand in 6 months, right? When you take that 25 grand on a 50K investment, but it's only for 6 months, that's an annualized return of 100%. So while our friends and family are very, very happy getting a 20% annualized return, we actually get somewhere between 80 and 100% return. And it's because we are only responsible for the repair money. But again, that's why it's good for our borrowers, because we're not asking for the whole thing. We only want the purchase price back. It allows us to buy more properties because we can use that 100K again, again, again. And again, it gives us a great return. There is no secret. We make 80 to 100% on our money, while our friends and family are making roughly 20%. So in the end, hopefully that makes sense. A couple of you asked for exact details, so there it is. If you're still watching, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Love to see the subscription goes. If you do have questions, know that I have subscriber questions, which this is one, and I would love to answer them for you. All right, so there you go. Hopefully that makes sense. Again, we do this on properties where we have delays, in this case, at least 90 days, but it could be 5 months. So we want to keep that 100K going. So we could use that 100K to buy another one or another one. In the end, we have some friends and family, work your own network, that are willing to lend to us. In this case, it's somebody we've known for a couple of decades, and they are very happy with it. They've done 6 or 7 properties with us in this particular case. So hopefully that makes sense. If you have more questions, leave them below. And of course, stay tuned for, what is it? Daily Millionaire News that will be out tomorrow morning. All right, take care.